Hey there, and welcome back to Sea Power. Welcome to this massive mission. I have paused the game because there is a lot going on and there's quite a few things I need to explain. The situation is not great for us as the Soviets. We are looking at two simultaneous invasions. One happening here. This is the area of Sudak. We need to eliminate at least these three, I think, before they get into the circle. We also have the port of Alusha over there. And this too is one of those circles that is basically a don't go there area. Over here, there aren't any ships present, but there are a bunch of new ports here. So it might not be the landing ships I need to worry about. It might be the surface units that they vomited out. Those are going to be lower on my scale of concern. Whatever is on the ground forces is going to get potentially stopped over here by a couple of T-72s. There aren't many. And they will definitely need backup. They also have an SA-13 to help them out. Their anti-air range is a mediocre 2.7 miles. So maybe against a helicopter, but against anything else, it's probably not going to do much work. We have lots and lots and lots of enemy units around. We have a helicopter already flying out to meet our tanks. We got a Garcia, which is potentially alone for now, but it's already aggressively shelling my position. It's aggressively shelling this position here by the looks of it. And I kind of don't mind, because it might be a PT boat base, but it's not like I can spawn any units in. Over on the middle of the map, we got a Knox, a Gearing, and a Charleston. These two are heading directly for that landing zone. And over here, there's a Gearing and, well, a medium and a large, whatever that is. Plus, over here, we have a Gearing, a semi-large, and a very large, which is fairly close to the B229. Which is a, what, a Kilo class? Yeah, Kilo class attack sub. So we have access to lots of different units in this map, as well as access to a lot of different units that we need to kill on the enemy side. We got the R-54 all the way in the back, which is kind of going to sneak up on targets. They have access to 4 Styx missiles, which only have a range of 43 miles, so they need to get in range first, which they can do at 42 knots. What else is coming in? Well, there's 2 more units here, whatever the hell they are. I'd say presently not that big of a deal. There's 2 semi-large and a large, so potentially another escort. I have access to the Admiral Ushakov, which is a Sverdlov-class light cruiser. A bit outdated, but those guns can be useful in shelling units which have already landed. Albeit that the landed forces are about 40 miles out. This ship is going to have to cruise about 2 hours in order to get close to it. So it's not going to be working that well. We've got Nikolaev. Nikolaev is a Kara-class missile cruiser. And behind her we also have the Kerch, which is another Kara-class missile cruiser. So between those I carry a couple of SSN-14Bs, those large launching tubes there, which are capable of going after surface targets if I seek that they do. I don't know if there's a submarine in the area. That's going to be, at the moment, the least of my worries, because I don't really have that many surface units to worry about. Considering that this is a Gearing, and this is in range of the Gearing's harpoons... actually, they carry harpoons, right? No, they do not. Anybody carry harpoons here? Because I could... yeah, a Knox. Knox carries harpoons. I could very well be under threat right now from harpoons. If this Knox starts throwing missiles, I am definitely going to have to try and stop those one way or another. The Garcia doesn't really have that much in the sense of offensive weaponry. RUR-5 is a depth charge. You got Mark 46 gun and a Mark 30. It's not that big of a deal. I'd say the biggest problem right now is this. That needs to get dealt with. And in order to do that, we're going to have to send out some missiles. I think the SSN-14 is, what, a guided platform? Yeah, radio command. So I might not be able to send that many missiles out towards targets before the ship's going to refuse to launch more, as it will not be able to guide all of them. As for over to the north, I have 2 aircraft up. These are AS-7s and AS-8s loadouts. AS-7 is the carry, so it's a 5.4 mile weapon. And I'm going to send those directly after landing ships. They might get shot down. They don't really seem to have that much anti-air around. The Knox carries the Rim 7 out to 10 miles. So stay about 10 miles away from the Knox and you should be fine. Of course, the airbase itself can also launch more. What would be most useful to quickly get rid of a couple of ships? Su-24s with an anti-ship long range or an anti-ship precision? I don't want to drop Fab 500s at it, thank you very much. I just want to send a couple of King Bolts. Let's go with Flight of 4. I don't see a ton of air threats up, but there are a few. I also got an SA-10 battery over there. I'm a little confused about the whole SA-10 situation, because it says SA-10, then it says SAN-6, and the SAN-6 fires the SA-5. Anybody following this? Like, what sort of weapon are we actually using? Anyway, this is a nice platform, because it can shoot out to 50 miles. So this is a pretty hefty no-fly zone if aircraft fly high enough. Now, my plan with the B-229 over here is just to hold, because these guys seem to be cruising towards me. I think that's a Turkish ship, actually. I have range, I think. Yeah, 10.3. But I really don't want to give my position away that much, although the gearings don't have that much to deal with me. Yeah, we're just going to stop. We'll stop. Layer 378, we're going to go below the layer. We're just going to sit there and let those things close in. I'm going to start sending out missiles against this Newport. You're going to get 1. This merchant is going to get 1. And I'm not sure if they're able to launch more. Now, there is so much going on in this mission that I rather doubt I'll be able to follow along with everything. There is just too much happening, so I will take some losses. And in a scenario this big, I think that would only make sense. Because you're just managing so many units. And it's such a large-scale offensive that you will lose units. Yeah, we're only launching 1 missile. Yep, we're only launching 1. Alright, so that means the Kerch over here... Hold on, ceasefire. The Kerch over here is going to have to send a missile out as well. Let's send one after this gearing here, so they don't start confusing. There you go, there's the fire control radar. Missile away. I'm not sure exactly what that is. Let's just start jamming this region. 6,000 feet up. A couple of MiG-25s around. Target too far. What are you supposed to engage? 7031? Which is what? I don't know. What? Here? You're going to engage that? That's 300 miles out, dude. Let's not get crazy. Let's not get crazy. I'm gonna say these things are hostile. And that kind of puts you closer to the target. 32 miles. Go here. Don't do anything crazy. You're gonna go weapons tight. T-16 jamming the place. The division SA-10 says we've been hit. That's the surface-to-air battery. Wait, you're sending an SAN-6 against a gearing? Oh, we got missiles coming in from here. Relocate that aircraft and start jamming those harpoons. That definitely came from here. Yeah, we're sending out SAN-6s against these units here. Interesting. It's a multi-purpose missile after all, so yeah, it can do it. Unfortunately, what it cannot do is intercept any missiles, I think. The AH-1F has been destroyed. Yep, there's the gearing. That's a hit. Excellent. Oh, actually, it is trying to chase the harpoon. Look at him go. With the speed of these missiles, I have no doubt that they'll be able to intercept them in speed, but can they do it in accuracy? Negative. At least not yet. Can you kindly send another one after this gearing here? Because if we can start hitting these things with just a couple of SAN-6s, or 5s, or whatever the hell they are, I'd be perfectly happy. You gentlemen, we're going to go after this target here. You're going to go after the Newport down there. We got targets to eliminate. I think we're already getting shot at. Yeah, their ships are definitely not too happy to see me, but without a real escort, there's not that much that they can do. Over here, I have access to a MiG-27, which has already dumped its missiles against something. Your Winchester. Yes, I agree. Go back to base. What is that? Assume that's not my friend. 5 miles out. Not in radar range. Oh, sorry, not in weapons range. Radar range, yes. PT boat's base is still getting hit. Harpoon might be going for the SKR 115 here. Harriers! Get after them. If you've got more missiles, go after them now. Send it. Come on. This thing might very well come after my tanks. More. Away. Away. PT boat's base is complaining again. We're hitting something with a 152? Wait a second. Oh, we got an arty group. That's nice. Well, by all means. Can we kindly deal with these Harriers, perhaps? I would be much happier not to have these things keep flying over my lines. We've hit the Juno with a Silex. Good. I don't need to be focusing on these birds. I need to start sinking these ships here. You've been hit. It's the Cape Horn. Newport is already burning. The Cape Diamond has also been hit. Excellent. You are RTB. You are also RTB. We still have another missile coming in here. Oh boy. That Harpoon is probably going to do all sorts of very unpleasant things to my ships. And I believe it's going directly for the light cruiser. And it's got it. Well done. It's got it. SAN-6 going for this small aerial contact. Got it. AV-8 dead. I want to see if I can catch this P3C here. Got a 20. You don't have an altitude of 0. Let's be real. And there's not that likely to be an Abrams down in the water, so that Abrams is somewhere much closer to where I would actually like it to be. Let's put it that way. Another Harpoon coming in. SAN-4 going out to meet it. Unfortunately, I doubt this very much is going to work. I don't have a whole lot of confidence in the SAN-4. You. I don't really need to shoot down that ship. Well, I need to shoot down any ship. I need to shoot down that Harrier. I need to shoot down the incoming Sea Sprite if I can. Not that big of a deal. Let's send Garcia a missile. Nikolaev. Send this ship a missile. It's a semi-large. Let's go after the escorts first. Missile bearing. Let's follow that thing through. There we go. Ships are still defending themselves. Much required, because there is still a ton of threats out there. Can you engage this, or are you overloading? Oh, you're overloading. Okay, fine. Aircraft. Just taking off now. Excellent. I need you guys out here right now. Go to 30. We start eliminating these ships before they start dropping off forces. Whatever the hell they are. Incoming Harpoon. At least they're sending them piecemeal. That makes it a bit more manageable. If they'd sent them out in big waves, that would be greatly unpleasant. If it wasn't for this Tu-16, I think we would have been hit. Here comes another. Got it. Well done. Range is now 6 to the gearing. This Austin has already been hit, I think courtesy of the SA-10 battery. So that's not that big of a deal. Oh! Okay. Yeah. If this thing starts throwing helicopters out, I'm going to have a problem with my submarine. So we need to make sure that this guy over here is going to eliminate the Tarawa before it becomes a problem. Considering I'm stationary, a diesel-electric boat below the layer, I think they're going to have an enormous amount of difficulty detecting the submarine. I think they will not be able to do it. That's another dead Harrier. Well done. Altitude, please. You are RTB. Yak 38, RTB. There are more aircraft preparing for takeoff. Excellent. Split you off. Leave the formation, go to 30. What the hell is a Sea Sprite doing out here? Go after that. Go after this. Wow. You can climb like that? Okay. Didn't know you could do that. The T-boat says it's been hit. The Ushakov has intercepted another harpoon with Sea Whiz. It must have been a close encounter. Oh, crap, here comes another. Right up into the clouds. Preparing for the final maneuver. And we got it. Sea Whiz. Again from the Ushakov. Excellent work. Any chance you can shoot this down? Not yet. You can. This is coming up. Missile away. SSN-14 is going for the large radar contact over there. That's a landing ship, alright. Hit. Second one. Going for the same target. Let's ignore the Garcias for now. This merchant is still doing 15 knots. That's scary impressive. Send both. Where are you going? Rocket 9. Get over here. This merchant down to 7 knots. I don't like the way these work. Come on. All that 20. We're basically a missile truck anyway. Situation here is that we're seeing a lot of Abrams. And they're not happy to see me. Oh. Is that a Vulcan? Yeah, it's a Vulcan, alright. That's a Vulcan, alright. Okay, I need to start sending out aircraft which can start dealing with those Abrams. What do we got? I think the 23 cast loadout is small rocket pods. No, SU-27s. Let's go anti-tank loadout. It's the S-25. Okay, whatever. It's not a great option, but at the moment, I don't really see a better one. I'm not sure if you can use the... Yeah, they also get S-26. Can you use the carry against that? I don't know. And Fab 250s are probably not going to cut it. Yak 38s. Got S30. Yeah, S5s are a pretty bad option here. I'm not going to entertain that as a serious option. Okay, missile away. We're going with the other AS-13. I want you to hunt that Sea Sprite down. What's the status on the incoming ship here? Burning. Best kind of ship. Okay. Seeing as these things seem to prefer the largest target around, I'm going to spread them out to 2 different targets. AS-13 diving right onto the landing ship, which is still doing 13 knots, but now starting to slow down to 11. Not a moment too soon, though. Or are you seriously trying to shoot your own missile? You have to explain that one to me. I don't know why you'd do that. Can you kindly not register but shoot the sea sprite? That's the objective. Shoot the sea sprite. You, let's go. Let's go. Targets to shoot. More aircraft taken off. Excellent. This merchant should start going dead in the water, but it's still plowing ahead at 10 knots. At 10 knots, it's going to take it 15 minutes, not even that, to get into that circle, at which point I might be losing the mission. This one's at least dead in the water. We need to double tap this enormous ship that's coming in. Just send everything we got. That Newport's dead in the water. CH-46s? Okay. Did you send those? You did not. Where the hell did they come from? Unknown. Just get rid of them. Okay, you're done. Go home. You are not done. You're gonna go after those aircraft. I might be flying over those merchants, but I don't really care about that. I think the merchants aren't that capable at the moment anyway. Missiles away. Ship's now doing 5 knots. That'll bought me some time. Good. I need you to go to about 3,000 feet. Turn on your surface search. Give me more info about what's going on below. And then we're going to shoot down 2 helicopters. At a range of what? 5? Yeah, 5-4. Another SSN-14B going in. AS-13 going into the Newport. This thing's still doing 5. Get in there. Yeah, you can RTB. Other aircraft. Preparing for takeoff, preparing for landing. You're going home. Good lord. The amount of units coming in here is pretty scary. I want you guys to start relocating. I want you guys to start relocating as well. I'm going to start doubling up my tanks. Not sure if they'll get there in time, but it's the best plan that I have at the moment until the Air Force arrives. Which is, well, hopefully sooner rather than later. But it's the Air Force, so you never know. Go on. 1, 2. Now you got a gun. I suggest you use it. Get after them. Flares? We don't care about flares here. That's 1 Dead Sea Knight. And 2. Well done. Well done. Are there more? There's a Sea King coming in. Okay, you can go home. These missiles keep going after this. I don't want them to do that. They keep going after the biggest target, which is the Newport. How am I going to stop that thing in time? Anybody still got a missile ready? Because this merchant is coming in with a vengeance. We need to shoot back at it with a vengeance. No, I don't need you to engage the air track. I need you to engage the ground track. Open the missile tubes. Start putting pressure on this merchant. Okay, here we go. Missile away. I hope that those missiles don't also end up right into the side of the Newport. What's the situation with the B-229? No, they're about 7 miles out. At this point, given the fast speed of my torpedoes, I think I could start intercepting them. The problem will be making an escape. But Gearings only really have the RUR-5 out to a range of 6 miles. So I am within their missile... sorry, within their torpedo range. Oh, it's a parry? Okay. That changes the whole deal. That's not pleasant. Is that Perry streaming a towed array? It is not. So arguably, if I let the Perry pass, they will not be able to hear me. Okay, we're gonna go ahead 1/3. Southwest. Austin successfully eliminated. Good. I'm surprised this Newport isn't dead yet. Given all that she's been through, I was fully expecting her to die. Oh well. Another SA3. Sorry, SH3. Those are still reloading. We're getting lit up by the targeting array from potentially the gearing or the Nox. The Nox had that about 10-mile no-fly zone. They're not yet preparing that Sea Sparrow for me, but I don't want to overstay my welcome here. This thing has increased speed to 13 knots. Turn around. Come on, get after that ship. Right about now would be a great time. Because it's right there. I really hope these missiles don't have a minimum range. Launch. That was a weird angle, but hey, if you can get away with it, by all means. Now we're going to shoot down that SH3. I also got those Silexes about to arrive. I'm going to shoot the other merchant. That one. Now, this battle group of mine, I'm going to start pushing it west at flank speed. Ah, we've taken out a gearing. Excellent. This thing is now doing 4 knots. Oh, please don't crash into the shore here. That'd be a waste of a very nice attack. Ooh, it's gonna get real close. No! Okay, we're fine. Carry, going right in. Hit. Dead in the water. Other ship, dead in the water. Good. Another AS-13. It's going for the carry again. New altitude, 3000. We're going to intercept that Sea Sprite. Sea King. Get over here. Disregard. Going in for the kill. I'm really worried about all those tanks. And I'm really worried about not being able to stop them in time. What's the deal here? Oh, you're returning to base, and we're all waiting for you to return to base. Well, that ought to make things more interesting. The Abrams are moving ahead at some speed. Maximum speed 45 knots. Let's assume that they're doing 45 knots. Or ground unit equivalent. That means I have 15 minutes, 1-5, to intercept all of them. Yes. How many of you are there? These things are going to thunder right through my T-72s. Whether they will or they won't is something you'll already be able to see if you're our channel member. If not, I'll see you guys tomorrow for the next part. If you want to see the next part right now, you can hit the join button. And with that, get access to all of my early access or member-only videos. Thanks for watching. I'll see you soon for part 2.